We'll go to the next one here. We got Giants versus the Eagles, a little division rivalry. They got Eagles by 13.5 right now. Giants aren't looking too good. Let's just put it like that. And the Eagles. Tone, we'll start with you. What are you thinking here?
I really despise the Eagles right now.
Really?
I think one thing they might have going for them is they changed their D coordinator. Might help them out. I mean, it's the Giants, so you're not really worried about much with the Giants, anyways. They did a good job defensively up until the last drive against the Seahawks. But their offense is in absolute shambles. I don't know what's going on with Jalen. He looks mediocre at best. I don't know about the decisions he's making. Their offense seems really stagnant right now. They can't get the run game going. They don't even really try and run the ball anymore.
Nope.
AJ Brown's fallen off a cliff.
MVP.
They got Goddard back, and then he thought that helped the offense a little bit. It hasn't helped. Devontae was super quiet last Monday. They just don't seem to have it going. That being said, the Giants are still the Giants. Philly wins this one pretty easily. I think this might be the game they need to get them going again against the Giants. I think they come out and they're up 21-0 in the first quarter.
Weren't people questioning Jalen before last year? Like his first couple years in the league, weren't they questioning like his just ability to be a good quarterback?
To be a pocket passer, yeah.
Pocket passer. So maybe we're kind of – but like Ty said, he brought up a good point. I think he was either last week or the week before that. He thinks he's hurt. You still going with that notion, Ty? Did you watch the game on what was that, Monday?
I only got to see the very ending, like the Seahawks game winners. I didn't get to see him play. That was hard.
That
was hard. So that's the only part I got to see. I didn't really get to see him play, but from the weeks prior, that I'm still sticking to that. So if he looked like that last week, then yeah, I'm sticking with it. But I know the weeks prior to that, he's just not moving the same. It just seems like they're just not all on the same page. Seems like there's no like. It's like there's no. They're not making no like I don't want to say audibles. Like what's the word? Like they're not being creative on offense. Like it's like give the ball to AJ Brown.
They have no motion.
Work, then there's nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? They're not even like handing the ball off nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like it's real stagnant on that offense, and they have a decent defense. They don't have a 49ers defense where the defense could just carry games and win them games and stuff like that. They're not defensively, they're not like that, even though they do have a pretty solid defense. And then I'm looking at these scores, and it's like even when they're on a 3-game skid, but even when they're winning, bro, it's like the Bills still put up 34 on them. They still only beat the Chiefs by 4, who we just talked about. Chiefs are kind of falling off. They did beat the Cowboys, but even that was a close-ass game. Like, they're just – I feel like their whole identity was pulling out close games and ending close games. Like, it's always been them. They don't really blow teams out like that unless they legit suck. And I think that's kind of finally catching up with them. It's like you can't just – running all these good teams and just edge them out, bro. Like a lot of these teams got a lot of firepower and are catching on to what y'all is doing. So it's like I don't know. I'd said it last week, bro, and in a little clip we posted, bro. I think they're cooked. They're probably going to end. They're cooked and they're probably going to win their next 3. But that's Giants, Cards, and
in the
Giants, and that does
division.
Yeah,
nothing for
they got
me.
a soft schedule.
That does
In the division.
absolutely nothing for me. I think they need a good team in there so that they can kind of get their mojo back, or like at least kind of prove to themselves that they can fuck with other teams, like other
Mhm.
teams, other playoff teams at least.
Yeah.
But having this soft ass schedule, I don't know. I don't know. At this point in time, I won't say, because at the end of the day, it is the Eagles. They were in our top 5 for a long fucking time. And even with this 3-game skid, they're at the top of the league as record wise. So I'm not going to say that they're cooked, but bro, preheat the oven.
Let me show you something real quick.
All for you to pick them.
I know, right?
All for you to pick
And with that
All
being
for you
said,
to
I
pick
got
'em.
them beating the Giants.
This is last year's season, and you talked to kind of their MO being close games, and besides what 1-2 blowout, close, blowout, closer, close. I mean, like you said, their MO has kind of been close games. That's what they do. So like
The
people
two
are
games they
catching on,
dropped
and
too was Jalen was out.
yep. So you see,
Mhm.
I mean, you see it, and you say, like you said, teams are keeping up and they're catching up. What are you thinking, D?
Yeah, I picked Philadelphia to win the whole thing this year. After seeing what they did last year, getting all the way to the Super Bowl and losing, I kind of was like, they don't look like a team that's crushed. They look like a team that's motivated to come back. And that win streak in the beginning of the season was like they were playing like Super Bowl level, playoff level stuff. So I don't want to just dismiss that. But when a good team does lose 3 in a row, I feel like that's when they really get right and they really like take a look at themselves and say, "Hey, we might have to change a little bit." Like you said, Ty, offense is not very creative. I think we will start seeing a little bit more creativity. But honestly, I don't think they need to be more creative to beat New York Giants, Arizona Cardinals, New York Giants in the last 3 weeks because they just show up and they do them, and they do what they do well, and then if you outplay them, you outplay them. Like the Seahawks just outplayed them. It's not like they had a horrible game. The Seahawks saw the film. They had no creativity, so they showed up and they actually did something about it. But I don't think New York Giants or Arizona Cardinals can do anything about Eagles game plan. So I mean, I'm gonna pick the Eagles this week, and I still think that they'll be tough to get over in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, they will be because they are the Eagles. Like you said, they are the Eagles, and they're a decent squad. Tone once came in here and said they have the most explosive offense in the league, and when they're on running on all cylinders, that's facts. I mean, they get after it. I was going to speak to what you say. Oh, talking about being the least most creative. I think they run the least amount of motion before the snap in the league.
Yeah, I seen
And
that. I think they're bottom. They might be last, but I know for sure they're bottom 3.
And I think that's different from last year when I think they were at the top and they ran a lot of motion pre-snap.
Yeah,
And I
I
don't know
think
if they lost a
could be
coordinator
saving
or
they
some
got
of
a
something.
new O
that
coordinator.
Mm-hmm. You said you
They
think they
could
go
be
what?
saving some of that creativity to the playoffs. I mean, they're pretty much. I don't know. They're not
Lost.
locked in as a spot, but I mean, they're pretty close. So I mean,
I think.
they don't need to pull anything out until it matters.
Mm-hmm.
They probably
Yeah, I think
want
they
that 1
clinched.
seed or the 2 seed though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Home field advantage.
I think if they win out, they get it. So I'm
No,
pretty sure that's
Dallas
how.
has to lose.
Oh, really? I thought the notion was that they
Mhm.
win out, they win it. Oh,
Mhm.
I must have
Pretty
heard it
sure. I
different.
think because aren't
Uh-huh.
they? Yeah,
I
they're
know that.
tied right now. I'm pretty sure that Dallas has to drop
Mhm.
one.
Dallas has. I mean, they could drop one to play
Dallas has
Dolphins.
Miami and Detroit.
Yeah.
Miami in Miami.
Mm.
We'll get to that one. We will get to that one. I'm going Eagles as well. I got them. I mean, I got them winning 38-10. I think it's going to get snashy out there for the good old Giants, Tommy DeVito and the boys. It sucks that they're on a 3-game losing streak, but it happens. I just think, sometimes you get in a slump, and it's just a bad time to be slumping. Like
Exactly.
Niners got their slump out, what was that, 6, 7, 8 or whatever that was, or 9, 10, 11? That's a good time to slump because then you can turn around and get it going. It's hard to just get to the playoffs and turn up, unless you're the Chiefs the last, 5 years or whatever they've been doing. But we don't know if the Chiefs are going to be able to do that. So yeah, give me Eagles all day, every day. 38-10 is where I'm going. I'll even take the 13.5 if I want. I'll even alt spread it to what do I got? 28. I don't care.
I don't
No, you
care.
won't.